Hey folks, this is Jeff Cockrell, Dale Carnegie Master Trainer, Certified High Performance Coach, founder of Veteran Academy, where we help veterans break the code on success in the civilian world and then help equip them for that mission. And the founder of Coaching Mastery Community, where we help coaches increase their impact by building coaching mastery and business mastery within a supportive community. And welcome to day number 20 of our Dale Carnegie Challenge, where we are taking a look at one of Dale Carnegie's principles every day for 60 days. So it's a 60-day challenge. Look at one principle a day. You get a little perspective from me, a little insight from a master trainer, and 3 options to try to apply this principle today. So let's dive right in. I've been trying to get a hold of this guy for weeks, and he wouldn't call me back. Now, he was a graduate of mine, and he said, yes, I have people that I want to put into a Dale Carnegie course. But I couldn't get him to call me back. I kept calling his secretary. I called 2-3 times a week, and I didn't want to be a jerk. But finally, I thought, man, what can I do differently? And I thought, I could be a little more dramatic with this one. So I sent him a fax. Yes, I know. And the fax basically said, hey, listen, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while, and you haven't called me back, haven't returned my call. Please check one of the reasons why and send this back to me. And option 1 was, you're not interested anymore. 2, you forgot. 3, you think I'm an idiot and wish I would go away. 4, this is a power play, and if I beg enough, you will call me back. 20 minutes later, we were on the phone talking. And he said, I am so sorry. I should have called you sooner. I just got busy. I said, fair enough. I get it. So what do you want to do now? And we ended up enrolling 4 people from his company into the Dale Carnegie course. But that only happened because I dramatized my idea. And that's what the principle is, to dramatize your ideas. Now, this does not mean being a drama queen or a drama king or someone who's constantly nagging. It's not always about being loud either. And it's about bringing it to life for the other person in a more dramatic fashion. I mean, there's a really good book called I'll Get Back to You by Robert L. Shook. And he has a whole bunch of different ways to get people to call you back, some of which I've used. That fax example was one of them. The point is, we can do a lot of things when we dramatize our ideas. One of my favorite stories from my dad tells about my 2 nephews, or my dad used to tell about my 2 nephews. When they were really young, the older one's about a year older than the younger one, and so he was at the point where he wasn't really sure if Santa Claus existed or not, so he was working to convince the younger one that, oh yeah, Santa Claus doesn't exist. And they basically told my father that they had reached this conclusion. And he said, okay, I get it, no problem. I'll make sure that Santa doesn't stop here. So he got up and went over the phone. And of course, they're looking at him, and he picks the phone up and dials, all the while, of course, holding it down so that there's no dial tone. But he dials, and then he's waiting, says, oh, hello, Mrs. Claus. Yeah, this is Will Cockrell. I wanted to speak to Santa about my two grandkids, grandboys. Yeah, those 2. Sure, yeah, hang on, I'll be happy to wait. I can hold for a couple minutes. So and of course, as he looks over out of the corner of his eye, the older one is just like, oh my God, have I made a mistake? And the younger one. So when Santa comes on the phone, my dad has a pleasant chat with him and says, yeah, they've basically been pretty good this year, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you. And there was this huge sigh of relief. The point being, it was really about dramatizing the idea. And so often we really can have fun with this, and it doesn't have to be painful. And so often, though, we get in our own head and we think, well, they will think less of me if I do that. I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously. Most people, we don't get enough fun in our lives. And that's really what this principle is about. Which brings us to our 3 possible choices, or 3 strategies we might employ today. 1, vary your tone of voice, your pitch, pace, volume on purpose throughout the day. Just have fun with it. Be different, and just see how much people pay greater attention to you in a positive way. I know that if we are really weird, people are like, I don't know what's wrong with that person. But if we are really working to bring an idea to life and we're acting it out, then it's amazing how much different the level of buy-in will be. Second thing, make it fun. Make it fun. One of the great stories in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is a father who's trying to get his 2 kids, a boy who's 5 and a girl who's 3, to clean up their room before they go to bed. And kids don't want to do that. So after the lecturing and berating, all that stuff didn't work, what he did was he said, let's make a game. So at night, they make a train. The little boy is the engineer. The girl is the conductor. And the job is to go around the room and pick up the coal, which happens to be the toys. They load that up. Everything gets loaded. The room gets picked up. They have fun. What's not to like? And option 3, if we have some presentation or some idea we're trying to get across to somebody, before we do it, be thinking, what parts of this can I show to them rather than just tell them? What can I illustrate rather than just do a data dump? I mean, often that's what we think PowerPoint is for, but PowerPoint is really it's almost like paper projected on a screen. If we can really bring things to life for people, we're much more likely to get their buy-in. So that's really what this is about. This is about bringing those ideas to life so that people go, yeah, you're right. I can do that with you. And that's what principle number 20 is about. Dramatize your ideas. And when you do that, folks, you really do knock them alive.